Another week, another real impressive storm system in the mid-Atlantic and in the Northeast. This time, it's not a hurricane, but it is a nor'easter and a fierce one at that, bringing some really strong winds to southeastern New England, particularly the Cape and the islands so far, where the wind has gusted over 60 miles per hour in a few spots. So, real good look at that storm system spinning to our south. It is going to move up to the northeast, move south and east of Nantucket, and this storm having an impact all the way through the sandy, ravaged parts of the mid-Atlantic, including New Jersey back to Philadelphia, portions of Delaware getting hit hard, Long Island, Connecticut, and here in Rhode Island and southeastern Mass too. Let's get a look at the radar right now, and it is snow throughout Connecticut. Most of Massachusetts, at least the western part of Mass, west of Boston, southeastern Mass, still rain. In Rhode Island, a real mixed bag. Rain near the coastline, mixed precipitation in the Providence metro area, and then some snow up in northwestern Rhode Island. The heaviest snow so far today has been in central and western Connecticut. Snowflakes are flying right now in New York City. This is a look at the Times Square webcam, and it's not accumulating yet on the ground in Times Square or New York City, but there are what might be some minor accumulations in the city itself, and they are looking at some pretty strong winds coming in overnight as well as the storm gets wound up. Check out some of the buoy observations. 20.7-foot seas south of Block Island right now, and this buoy southeast of Nantucket seeing wind gusts to 51 knots as of 3 o'clock in the afternoon with seas of 23 feet. So some minor coastal flooding a possibility at the time of high tide late this afternoon on the Cape and the islands, and then at the time of high tide around 2 o'clock in the morning at the coast of Rhode Island. This storm will continue to have an impact for us overnight, but here's what's going on that's kind of interesting with this storm. Temperature cooling at the lower levels of the atmosphere, just about everywhere north and west of Interstate 95. So down to 32 right now up in Smithfield, also 32 in Willimantic, and 30 for Worcester. Notice that colder air filtering down on this north to northeasterly breeze. So at the surface, it's getting cooler. But this evening, at about 6,000 to 7,000 feet up in the atmosphere, it's going to start to get milder, and that will change any snowfall that's falling over to some mixed precipitation, either some freezing rain or some sleet. So that will cut right into the amount of accumulation that takes place as with this storm, and it is going to be slowly moving away from us during the day tomorrow, so it still has an impact around here, but the worst of the storm likely to be late this afternoon and this evening. The wind will continue to howl, especially near the coastline. Here's the updated snowfall accumulation and storm impacts map for southern New England, and it still looks like those peak wind gusts will be in that 50 to 60 mile per hour range. From the coast of Rhode Island through southeastern Mass. Again, there have already been wind gusts about 60. Saw a report of a wind gust on the Vineyard closer to 70 miles per hour. Certainly strong enough to down some branches, some trees, and some power lines. In the Providence area, an inch or so of snow is possible. Same deal for Boston. It'll be a very close call between picking up, say, coating to an inch and a little bit more than that. Once you get outside of 95, that's where you have the potential to pick up 1 to 3 inches of slushy snow. And in northwestern Rhode Island, the temperature may fall below freezing, so that could lead to some icy roadways late tonight and early tomorrow, where there's a better chance of seeing, say, 2 or 3 inches of snow before a transition over to a wintry mix. And Connecticut and portions of central and western Massachusetts, there will be local amounts of 4 to 7 inches. So expect a transition over to snow late this afternoon and into this evening for many places, including the Providence metro area and up into Boston, and then a transition to some a wintry mix or a cold rain once again after midnight. The wind continues to howl all night long, and only slight improvement for tomorrow with some rain showers still raw out there, raw with a gusty breeze.